Hi friends, it's Julia. I'm here to share my Out with the Old and layout share for my September 2019 Mini Kit Monday kit. Mini Kit Mondays are supposed to be small kits that you can use over the course of 1 month, like one layout a week. Yeah, no, that's not what I did. I made a ginormous kit, and so I've just finished using it up. And I'll show you. This was the original collection from SEI, and it was from June 2013, and it was based on the Vogue collection from SEI. Really beautiful papers, and these came with almost like an album, if you will, inspiration guide to put together, or kit, to put together a kit with, but of course I didn't do that. And so, yeah, let me show you what I have left over from this kit. There's a ton of stuff that I have left over, but considering the size of the original kit, what I have left over is next to nothing. So paper-wise, here we go. Lots of border strips, and you can see this is actually part of the packaging that came with the kit. But I have used so much of this paper. There were double sheets of everything. I didn't keep track of how many pieces of paper originally came in the kit as opposed to how many I added in, so what my total number was. But I have used a ton of the paper and most of the embellishments. Yeah, some of this will get put into my scrap bin. Other bits and pieces will go right into the trash, and that's okay, or recycle bin I should say, and that's okay with me. I have gotten the full my money's worth out of that kit. So as far as packaging goes, I used up a package of gemstones that were in diamond shape. These were actually like enamel stickers. These were chevron, they were pearlescent chevrons. I had one big brad left in this SEI kit, and then one of my gold letter stickers. I finished off all but the numbers, and then I just incorporated them into the couple packages that I had left. So that stuff will go into the trash. I did add in an alphabet. I have two of the same alphabet, so I added them in because I needed a little bit of a contrasting color. And I used these, I think, once or twice. And so there's some letters gone. This one, I don't think I used anything. Yeah, maybe the letter O or something out of this one. Only like one letter out of this one. But this one has gotten several letters used. This set I had added in, and I used a couple of these, but not very many. So those will go back into my stash. These enamel hearts that are freckled fawn, I used quite a few over the course of putting layouts together. I can't remember if this was new when I put it in, but what's left over will go back into my stash. I have these two sets of butterflies, one in yellow, orange, the other in blues, and I used several from each one. I believe they were both brand new packages, and they'll go back into my stash. I have this set of border strips from K & Company. Now there were actually 4 different patterns, and I had, I think, 2 of each of these left. And then I had added in some additional K & Company border strips into the back. A couple of packages of border strips. What I'm keeping, I've put back in here. What I'm getting rid of is here. I'm going to put these in my do not want bin. I really can't think of a reason that I could use these. Those are like the macaron cookies. These have a little saying at the end. It says, "Sail away, let's go, sail away afar to a far off land." Yeah, and that border strip is supposed to be flowers on vine, and it's too much. And then lastly is this one. I like it with the exception of the polka dots on there. And I don't know how well that's coming across on camera, but it looks like something's been splattered all over it. So those I'm getting rid of. These will go back into my stash. These are the stickers that came with the original SEI kit, and you can see I used quite a few, but I still have quite a few left. I'm going to put this in with another SEI kit that I have and try and get some more of those used. This is a sticker sheet that I had added in. It was from a big collection pack, and I had separated them out and put them in my color bins. This one was in my purple bin because most of the stickers on here were purple based, with the exception I think of this cluster that had a lot of multicolors. It's got green, dark blue, pink, or pink and yellow. So I might cut this section out and maybe those flowers, and then the rest can go in the trash. We'll see. These are old Miss Elizabeth's flowers, and I started off, I think I had 3 or 4 sheets, and I just compressed what I had left over onto these 2 sheets. These will go back in. I love these things, and I'm always glad when I can get more used up. Here are the gold letter stickers that I was talking about, and you can see in this pack I have my extra set of numbers in there. But yeah, the leftovers got added onto these 2 sheets. I also have these letter stickers, and I use these for several titles, but I still have quite a few. I think I used these once, and I used, of course, these green foam stickers tons of times. I also had added in these snap yellow stickers, and I know I've used those. I know I've used those from Cosmo Cricket and these from MLS. I used all 3, and there's multiple pages in here of stickers, and I've used those. I had quite a few like journal spot stickers on here, as well as small little embellishment stickers, and I've used a ton from there. But I'm holding on to those because they'll go back into my stash. Now, of this package of Take Note from Basic Gray, I have these 2 pieces left. This is an acetate with a really pretty design on it, so I'll hang on to that. But this, I'm not going to hang on. I used part of it on a layout, so I don't think I'm going to use that anymore. So that'll go into the recycle bin. But this is going to go into my stash because I really like that. And I'll put that in with the blue stash. From my color bins, I pulled in these 2 little things is what I have left over from my blue color bin. Those will go back into my stash. I have a ton of purple. For as much purple that was in the kit, I didn't tend to use as much as I thought I would. So I have mostly purple left over from my color bins. These little hearts I used a ton of. The little tags I used a ton of. Got great use out of those. I had pulled in a couple of white tags from my white color bin, and those will go right back in. From my green color bin, I have these few little things to add back in. I tried using that owl numerous times and never could. From my orange color bin, I have these old vellum hearts and flowers from SEI from a previous kit, and those will go back into my stash. And then I have all of these random little bits and pieces, and of all the things that I added in from my color bins, I think orange I used the most. I have a couple of little gray flowers that are die cuts that will go back. From the original inspiration kit was this sundries kit, and it had multiple pieces to it, and this is what I have left. I have these 2 bingo tiles. Is that what you call them? Bingo numbers? But they're so thick. There's no way that I'm going to use that on a scrapbook layout. And then I have this bit of ribbon, and then I have these flowers. So these will all go into my stash with the exception of those, and I'm going to get rid of those. But these will go into my stash, and I'll put those with orange and purple, and those will go into my do not want bin. Also in the original kit, I had these tags. It started off with 21 mix tags, and I have 4 of these left. Now, if any of the other ephemera was included in the tags. I don't know, I didn't separate it out. These will go back into my off-white color bin, or maybe my orange color bin. I don't know. I'll hang on to those. And then this is of all the ephemera that was in the original kit. It's a 28 double-sided die-cut elements. This is what I have left. I have these two corners here. I'm not going to use those, I don't think. And these gloves, I don't think I'm going to use those. I have some vellum pieces. I have a little title piece, some buttons and flowers, bows, and an umbrella. I'm going to keep those, but I'm probably going to divide those out into my color bin. Like I have those for purple and then green. You get my drift. And it will go back into sorted in a way that will work for me. Sorry, I just can't help myself from sorting it right now. So there, done. That's sorted through. I'm not even going to hang on to those little gloves, but I'll go ahead and put those into my do not want bin. So as far as other embellishments go, I had multiple partial packs of these bitty blings and flatback pearls. Those will go back into my color bins, but that's what I have left. I have these two SEI washi tapes that came with the original kit. These will go back into my washi tape collection, and I'll get rid of that. I've labeled the inside with SEI. Can you see that? Yeah. So those will go back in to the washi tape stash. As far as these metal embellishments go, I have 3 paper clips, a star, a blue gemstone star, and then this purple star. So those will go back into the appropriate color bins. And then these are all of the stickles that I pulled in, and all of the additional washi tapes that I pulled in. Let me bring those up a little bit closer. And I used quite a few of them. I won't say that I used all of them, but I used a ton of these. And then the stickles, the same thing, either stickles or liquid pearls or the Nuvo drops. I used a ton of all of them, mostly towards the end, the last few layouts. So give me a second, let me clear this stuff away, and I'll be right back with my layout share. Okay, so these first several layouts are ones that I made over a year ago. But yeah, from the same kit. Now you'll notice from the start of the kit to the end of the kit, they will look quite different. But you can see I used tons of embellishments here, bits of border strips, ephemera from the die cut pieces, paper that I had cut down. Yeah, there's brads on here. There's those little tiny flowers from Miss Elizabeth. There's bling. There's all kinds of, there's an old piece from my blue color bin. There's some floral pieces back here from that sticker sheet. Yeah. Anywho, there's that one. And that is actually the first one that I made. And I can't tell you if there was a sketch or where it's from, but yeah, it's from a long time ago. And this one feels quite heavy. Yeah, and I guess I had more than just one. I thought I had one on that sheet. Maybe I just added one into another one. But I see on the next layout there's another one. Oh, and I have to tell you, on those basic gray pieces, this was part of a border acetate piece, and I just fussy cut this out and then popped it up on pop dots. This one again used lots of embellishments. This is packaging across the back here, and then I used another basic gray piece back behind here. That's part of the ephemera. That's an old piece that I stamped and fussy cut. A tag, the hearts, Miss Elizabeth's little flower there. Meeting Papa was the title, and I guess I did use that title once. I mean that alphabet once. This is an old metal piece that I've had in my stash forever. Lots of pieces that I have stamped and fussy cut out. I used the liquid pearls on here. This is an old Miss Elizabeth's embellishment from forever ago. More of the liquid pearls embellishments, washi tape along the back. That little border strip there is actually die cut out. Yeah. This one was for a color challenge to be, you had to have, I do remember, and this is all of these so far have been done over a year ago, but this was for a green color challenge. Well, whatever color you wanted to choose, I chose green. Then you use that color. You could use neutrals like black or white along with it, or beige like craft, but that was it. And so that's an ephemera piece. That's an old piece that I cut out. I had some enamel dots from a different kit that had green in them. I had some different embellishments here. Some of the stuff on this one came from a different kit that I happened to be working on at the time that I created this one. That's another one of those large brads. But I love, love, love how this one turned out. I love monochromatic layouts. There's just something just so appealing about them. This one's another that I made over a year ago, and I did some stamping on this one. There's a vellum piece over this background basic gray piece. That's one of those border stickers. I used some embellishments from another kit with these puffy stickers. That is a metal brad. That's from the ephemera bits, the sundries kit, I think they called it, that came along with the original kit. I used a frame that had been in my collection forever. This is actually, this behind where it says Electra, that is from a tag that I purchased a towel, and the design on the towel was printed on the tag, and I couldn't bear to throw it away because it was so beautiful. So I kept it and finally was able to use it. Another one of those big brads there. Yeah, more of the packaging back behind here. I love when I'm able to get packaging in. Now these are more recent. This is a double page layout, and this one is Summer 2018 Images in the Sky, and I used stacked vellum pieces up here with an acetate piece. I used lots of little tiny stickers, the diamond shaped enamel dots. I used a border strip down here and added some bling to it. More stacked vellum pieces and a acetate, not acetate, a clear sticker here. More of the ephemera pieces that I just stacked up. And so you can see I used that one alpha tile to put what I was seeing in the sky: a dragon, a swan, a baby duck. Yeah. Another one of those border strips up there with the bits of bitty bling in them. And I can tell you that was an Allison Davis sketch. Oh, and those pearlescent, I don't know if you can see it so great, but they were pearlescent with a shimmer to them. Chevron pieces, arrow pieces. This one is a single page. My granddaughter has a little stuffy called Wince, and we always call him Wincer. And I looked out my window one day while I was at work, and Wincer was in the sky. And so that's my title, Wincer in the Sky. I used 2 different washi tapes on this one. I used one of those journal sticker spots and I just popped it up. Another chevron here and here. Lots of little random bits of embellishment here with a little tag cut out of a scrap of paper. That's a clear sticker that I cut apart and put a little on each side. More random embellishments. Lots of bling and flat back pearls. That's part of the Sundries collection, and that was pretty big. I wasn't for certain I was going to use it, but I'm glad I was able to. This one is a layout that I created using a sketch from Page Maps from August of 2020, and I think this is... So I made this layout from a sketch from August of 2020, and that's when I made this layout, was in August of 2020. And so I used a lot of different stuff. The title is Our Found Sister, and the date is 7/2018. And this was my sister and I, who grew up together. Me and her got to meet our found sister that we found through Ancestry.com. Such a fun event. Oh my gosh. Just a wonderful event for my sister and I. Another one of those big brads. I used some of the butterflies. I used a metal star, some puffy stickers, embellishment bling, and flat back pearls. Love that big border strip there, and then just use some scraps of paper there. Yeah. This one is from a page map sketch from September of 2020. Now this is where I'm into, this is actually September 2020 is when I am recording this video, and that's when I recorded or made the rest of these layouts. I've been working to get this kit done, and so that's what I've done here. I had this big title that I had added into the kit that I created, and I finally used it. It's an old My Mind's Eye. Lots of random little clustered embellishments. The Miss Elizabeth's flower, that's one that I had previously stamped and fussy cut. Another Miss Elizabeth's flower. That's one of the border strips that came in one of those packages that I just cut off part of it to use here. A journal strip, there's an acetate piece there, and I just fussy cut that metallic paper to go behind it. There's a random sticker that I cut apart and used in 3 different spots. I believe this one has a video in the creation of it. You can see lots of random embellishments throughout, and I just love the colors in this layout. This next one is a 2-page layout, also made in September of 2020. Tuck those over to the side a little more. This is my Scrappy Tribe, and this was about a scrapbook retreat that I went to in October 2017. I put October 2017, but I really think it was June or July of 2017. I think this was a summer crop and not the fall crop. But you can see I have lots of washi tape down here. I have random bits and pieces that I have previously cut out with my die cutter. There's a random sticker that I fussy cut off of a page. I did some stamping on the layout. I have another one of those basic gray circles up here. I used that orange tile letter to create my subtitle, and it says At the Victoria Marie Retreat. And I have just a ticket, a random ticket. These are some tags that I had added in, and I tried to do this where I took my stickles and I put one of my flat back pearls right into the center of it. It turned out okay, not exactly like I wanted it to. It didn't come out even like I wanted it to, but you know, it works for me. It's another layout done and into the album. Oh wait, did I have a inspiration? I know this one was a oh, this was an Allison Davis, and it may have been for her 6x6 class. That's on YouTube. This one is one that I used a sketch from Page Maps from September 2020 to create, and I wanted to bring some bolder pops of color into this, so I used a hot pink washi tape along with this hot pink alphabet, and then I used some bright tones of blue and green and yellow to give it that pop of color. And you know, now it's hard to say, you could tell it really well, but my husband had found his granny's bonnet, and so you can see him in the photo. He's wearing this bright orange bonnet. It's kind of a toned down photo, but still hilarious moments in time. These are bits and pieces of ephemera over here that had phrases on them, and I just layered them up. A little chipboard piece, and I did not want to get my large scallop out, so I had my circle punch out. So I punched out some circles to create this scallop border. Use this orange font for the subtitle. Look what I found. And this says, fashions fade, style is eternal. I love that sticker. I was going to get rid of this piece here with the coat on it, but because we're talking about a piece of clothing, I felt like that worked fairly well. Then did my journaling down here on the bottom, and this photo was from July of 2018. Used some liquid pearls on those as well. Now this one is from a page map sketch from September 2020. Again, I'm layering. I have been doing that a lot lately, and I do believe there's a scrap video for this, a process video for this one. I layered up all this stuff back here. There's an acetate piece, a vellum piece, there's a journal piece, there's a tag, there's another piece of vellum, there's a tag there, and the title is I Am a Reader, and the photo was from 3/2018. And it's just me in my comfort zone in my house reading, which is what I do. I've got my book, I'm sitting by my lamp, I'm in a recliner, just enjoying my evening home from work reading. This piece of trim here is actually like a felted piece, a velvety piece, and it came with the sundries. And I love that I was finally able to use this word that says escape, and this was part of the sundries as well. It says my universe and escape. I love that because that's what you do when you read, right? You escape. I wanted to make some cards with some of the scrap paper, and so what I did was I took the green paper that I had left over as well as that metallic sheet, cut them down, used a little bit of bling. I used a watercolor paper and some distress stain and created these cutout leaves, and on the inside it says thank you for your kindness. I just needed a couple of additional thank you cards. This one says thank you so much. Again, thank you for your kindness. And this last one is thank you so much. And you can see they're a little bit different, but a little bit the same. So if I put them all out like this, you can see these two are exact and these two are exact. And you can see I use different colors in the stamping, in the distress stains that I used here. I really like the look of watercoloring and distressing and creating mixed media things, but it's not my favorite technique to do, so I don't do it very often. Okay, this one is a layout of my youngest son's stepson. His name is Merritt, and I love that this kiddo is in our lives. He is such a hoot to be around. He's so much fun. And this design was from a page map sketch from September of 2020. And you can see on here lots more layering, vellum pieces, and then a piece of a journal spot that I had left over. That's a metallic piece of paper, and this where it says special kid, I actually had an acetate piece with that on there, and I fussy cut that out, added it down. These leaves that I had fussy cut or die cut out and created, I just added some additional leaves here, here, and here to my heart clusters. Use some enamel dot, or not enamel dots, liquid pearl, another piece of vellum over here, and you can see lots of layering here with scraps, and that one I got a border, Sizzix border stamp out and die cut that. This one is from a Page Maps July 2020 sketch. Now this one, pretty simple sketch. It had a larger background piece of paper with a smaller piece of paper, and then I think it had some strips somewhere on it. I changed it up to suit me. I think the other layout had maybe a title at the top, and I wanted it to be a long title, so I changed it. What I did was I took a couple of those frames that I had in my kit, and I cut them down and used them at the top. Used lots of the hearts here, and it says, "Get to," she said. "What happened when we left them alone?" And you can see my puppies found the roll of toilet paper in the bathroom, and they drug it all over the bedroom and left quite the little trail all over the bedroom and all over the bed as well. Yeah. Look at those precious little puppies when they were super duper tiny. Weren't they so sweet? That is so deceptive. Yeah. Anyway, and then the last layout that I created was from inspired by a page map September 2020 sketch. Again, one of the last pieces of that basic gray ephemera here. Used a journal spot that I had no intention of journaling on. I just wanted it for the embellishment pieces. Used one of those border strips across here and lots of those liquid pearls there. And it says, "I don't like dogs," he said. And if you see him cuddling this little puppy in his arms like a little tiny baby, oh my gosh, he is so in love. And that's what I put on here. He's so in love with the puppies. You can see that's a previously stamped image that I had fussy cut out from my blue color bin. Some washi tape down here. Another basic gray journal spot here. More ephemera bits and pieces here from the Sundries pack that came with the collection. Yeah, and that's it. That's the last one. So I don't even know how many layouts I got. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16 pages and 4 cards. I'm so ecstatic with that. Oh, just a quick little note before I go on to the layout share. I did have these 3 little journal spots. Now I did use 1. I think I started off with 4, and I fussy cut out the flower and used a piece of these journal spots. But these are really not my style. I like them, but they're not my style. These are KI Memories, and I think I'm going to put the entire pack into my do not want bin. They just don't suit my style, so they're going to go. Anyway, on with the layout share. Okay, I almost forgot a couple other layouts that I had in my Allison Davis 6x6 class that I had completed to go with this kit. This one is a 2-pager. And it was for the Allison Davis 6x6 sketch class that are attachment to, well, class. Anywho, this is one using the papers cut into 6x6 size. They are a little bit smaller than 6x6 so that they will fit across here. I used washi tape as well as this felted rickrack. I used little tags and pieces that I've had in my stash forever. I used that blue glitter alpha. I took the dots that were in it and created some little tag ends here. I layered up multiple pieces, vellum pieces, as well as an acetate, not acetate, what do they call those little bags? You guys know what I'm talking about. A couple of pieces of that and a journal spot along with the chipboard hearts. I used a combination of titles to create, or fonts to create the title, and some stickers over here to layer up there. And I even used some of my border strips cut down here for the smaller photos. And I love that I got so many little tiny embellishments, and I even did sewing on this layout. But this is one for the week 6 of the Allison Davis 6x6 class that she's doing over on YouTube. It has been so much fun, but I am nowhere near caught up. And finally, this one is also for the Allison Davis 6x6 class. Yeah, I think that's how it goes. These little pieces don't want to stick down worth a hoot. I had my note here. Here we go. Goes like this. And this one uses 1, 2, 3 pieces of paper across the middle here, and then you outline everything, all your photos on the outside, and then a couple here, and it called for a couple here as well. Now this I took, it was the dotted paper that came in the kit, the craft with metallic dots on it. I knew I wasn't going to use that for any background, so I opted to do a layout like this. And I love how this turned out. Again, using lots of random bits and pieces. These are bits that I punched out, some of those big flat brads in 3 places, labels and tags, pieces that I cut out. There's a journal spot there. Lots of the ephemera that came with the collection, a little butterfly here, another little butterfly here, and Playing Uno is the title. And I took a black pen and I went through here and I marked around it to give it some depth, to make it stand out a little bit more against that really busy paper. And I know this is such a busy layout with all these photos. It's not for everyone. And I wasn't sure it was for me, but now that it's done, I really do like having this whole event on one layout. And there's, let's see, let's start here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 photos on this 2-page layout. Unbelievable, y'all. Anyway, that's that. Now finally, it's finished. And I will see you guys on my next video. And thanks for sticking around and watching these videos. Have a great day, everyone. Bye-bye.